Hey, I'm Nina.
Hey, it's Kristen.
And I'm Courtney.
We will be discussing the global health issue of HIV.
So, what is HIV? First of all, HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. It is a disease we have each briefly learned about in high school.
So, how do you get HIV? It is transmitted through the exchange of bodily fluids such as semen or blood.
HIV attacks and weakens the immune system, leading to serious health effects and can potentially cause death if left untreated.
Why is HIV a global health issue? In 2015, 1.1 million people died due to HIV worldwide. This is a great concern that impacts the entire world. Therefore, we have decided to focus on HIV.
In 2015, there were still 36.7 million people living with HIV from around the world. The most affected part of the globe is sub-Saharan Africa, with close to 70% of the world's infected HIV individuals.
So who is the target of our project? Vancouver, home of the Canucks 2010 Winter Olympics, Rain, and Ryan Reynolds.
While HIV is prevalent around the world, in 2014, the highest rates of new HIV diagnoses in BC were located in Vancouver.
So how did Vancouver become such a targeted area for HIV? There were two distinct periods, the 1980s and the 1990s.
The spike in the 80s was due to the high rate of men who have sex with men. In 2014, gay men continued to be the population most affected by the infection, with a prevalence of 18% in Vancouver. In the 90s, there was a high incidence of sharing injection needles amongst drug users. Both decades caused an increase in spreading of HIV.
It is estimated that the prevalence of HIV in Vancouver is 6 times higher than the prevalence in all of Canada. This shows that HIV in Vancouver is a relatively large health issue compared to the rest of Canada.
Earlier this year, an HIV lecture series hosted by McGill described the trend of HIV in Vancouver and how the increase in the use of heroin contributed to a significant rise of HIV cases.
During the 1990s in the downtown east side, the prevalence of HIV cases went from 1 in 100 to 1 in 4 people being diagnosed with HIV. Becoming aware of the significance of HIV in Vancouver has made us keen in learning how we can do our part in helping to combat this local, yet global health problem in our community.
How can we help? We want to target 3 points of action. First is to raise awareness about how to prevent the contraction of HIV. The second involves the promotion and education of treatment. Third involves reaching out to bigger parties involved so we can provide more support and accessibility to those that need it.
To raise awareness, we want to get across the message of how HIV is contracted and how it can be prevented, how to get tested, and where individuals can get help. By raising awareness, we hope to reduce the stigma towards individuals living with HIV. We will do this by reaching out and presenting at all high schools in Greater Vancouver.
To promote awareness and educate the Vancouver community, we are planning to produce a short informational video similar to this one. This video can be posted on YouTube and distributed on multiple social media platforms.
Currently, Dr. Peters' AIDS Foundation raises funds to support innovative healthcare in Metro Vancouver. It is British Columbia's only HIV health program and 24-hour nursing care residence. We want to make centers such as Dr. Peters Foundation more accessible, and to do this, we are planning to write a letter to the government to ask for further funding. Additionally, we are planning on holding a series of bake sales to fundraise to help support the Dr. Peters Foundation.
Through our awareness campaign, informational video, fundraising interventions, and writing to the Ministry of Health, we hope to see a positive difference in the HIV community. Every individual that we are able to educate through our initiatives only further rewards our efforts. The fact that we have the opportunity as individuals to touch so many lives is an amazing experience to learn from and witness as 3 university students facing a global health problem.
Thank you for your time.
Created using Powtoon.